It's Archeage 101, the 2019 edition. My name is Jalan, and today we're going to do part 2 of the Proficiency System. We're going to be talking about this thing right back here, the Crafting Request Board. Now, the Crafting Request Board has been kind of controversial since its inception. Some people feel that it takes the players out of the MMORPG, that you really don't have to look for people or find people to make stuff for you. Other people say that, the game is so old, it's been around for so long, it's a lot easier for a new player to be able to just get something made than having to hunt down somebody with the proficiency. Since we talked about in episode 1 that getting your 180k proficiency to make Aranor weapons is going to take a lot of time, effort, energy, and most of all money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use the board, and then I'm going to show you a couple of other things that make it controversial. And then, unfortunately, I'm going to show you something that kind of makes it so leveling your proficiencies isn't as important anymore. So, first things first, obviously, if I had the material sitting around to make an Aranor, I would use that for the example. But since I don't, I'm going to pick another item that I can't make. And what that is tax certificates. Now, as a disclaimer, if you need unbound tax certificates, buy them from the auction house. It's going to be much easier that way. But I'm going to show you what this is I can make bound tax certificates. Everybody can. There's no proficiency requirement. But say I wanted unbound tax certificates. To do a real quick rehash of episode 1, this is grayed out because I can't make them. I can't make them because it takes construction proficiency at the max level. I do not have that, nor could I get it because I already have 2 famed proficiencies in special. I'm only allowed 2. Even if I got construction up to 180,000 and I got 50,000 from all those boosts I talked about in episode 1, still wouldn't be able to make it because I need that famed marker. I need to put that rank point into famed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the next best thing. I'm going to make a crafting request. It's real simple. I just click this button right here. Pops up this interface. For each one craft, I'm going to get 5 unbound tax certificates. It's going to take 300 labor. Now, what's going to happen here is you see this minimum listing fee. This tends to be a little quirky, and hopefully it's quirky when I try to list it. If I make more, the minimum listing fee is more, the labor required is more. I can only request 16 at one time. 16 crafts, not 16 certificates, because that'll go up to 4,800 labor. Can't ask somebody to do something for more than 5,000 labor because unless you had a vocation stipend, you wouldn't have more than 5,000 labor. And then here becomes my new minimum listing fee. Well, I just want to knock this all the way down to 1. For some reason, I want 5 unbound tax certs. When I do this, you're going to see craft request get made. And then, there you go. Now, I did get asked, aren't I afraid of rolling in all the materials for a Aranor weapon into a certificate that I could easily, destroy? Nope, because if you try to pull this out, it cannot be destroyed. So, you don't have to worry about that. Now, what do you do with this thing once you have it? Well, there's a couple of things you can do. Bring up the board. I'm going to show you how to revert it first, just because it's easier. So say I no longer wanted this request. I want to get rid of it. Say instead of you having your Aranor weapon mats rolled into a certificate, your guildmate says, "Oh, dude, I can make that for you." So what you would do is you would come over here and then, you would come over here on Revert. You'd click this. It would put it up in here. For 20 labor, revert a crafting request, recovering the materials used. Can't be reverted if you don't have enough inventory space for all your materials. So you never have to worry about your materials disappearing. Now, if I hit confirm, what it's going to do is it's going to turn this back into nothingness because there's nothing invested. It'll just get it out of my inventory. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I'm going to show you the other half. What do I do about going ahead and requesting it? So you're allowed to have 5 things up on the board at any given time. You post the request. Obviously, it's going to gray out the rest of my inventory. All I can post up on here is requests. Now, total listing fee, remember I said it gets a little quirky. Lowest recent listing fees, $781, highest $127. You would think that this would put the minimum here. If I do list, it's going to say invalid fee. If I try to just move it up by 1, it's going to say invalid fee. You've got to remember, it told me what the minimum listing fee was before. So this is why I say it gets a little quirky. This is actually showing you what somebody was able to list it for and what people have listed it for recently. Well, I don't want to go all the way up there. I'm just going to try 882, and it goes, because that is above that minimum that was on the other screen. Now, no big deal here. Total listing fee, $882. I'm going to come back in here, come onto the board, and I could have done it from anywhere else. I'm going to look for the one that is $882, because that is mine. There is mine right there, my listing, $882. Now, I cannot make this, so I still cannot make my own item going through the board. Unfortunately, there is a way I can do it. But let me show you how to fulfill a request on the board without the workaround, and then I'll show you the workaround. So I need those made. I list them, but while I'm on the board, I want to find some work for me. Now, anything you can't do is grayed out. Anything you can has the little brown box. So opaque polish takes no alchemy proficiency. Total listing fee of 41 silver. And let's pop in real quick. You want me to use 3,463 labor to make you 243 opaque polish. And I'm only going to get 21 silver for this, because 19 silver of it is going to get taken out in taxes. And the worst part is only 5% of those taxes are going to go to the local community center service fee pool. Now, if you remember, I did a video on blue salt bonds. Just linked to that here. I haven't gotten to it in the 2019 edition. But what that means is this money right here, this $24,661 in service fees, only 5% of that 41 silver is going to go into that pool. I'm sorry, only 5% of that 19 silver is going to go into that pool. So it doesn't really help the community that much, and it definitely doesn't help me. As I roll through all 18 pages of these crafts, you want me to spend 1,800 labor for 4 gold. You want me to spend 1,400 labor for 3 gold. That's where I think the board got it wrong. Now, what if you are trying to level something like weaponry or machining, something that doesn't have an easy grindable? Then yes, absolutely. Making only a few gold can help you if you want to level that, if you want to level your proficiency. For example, where's my exploration right now? Say my exploration was at 47,000 and I wanted to, 47,000. I wanted to get it up to 48,000 so I could use the free 2,000 from my title to get to 50, make my own silver keys, because obviously I can't make silver keys. What if I found a, 10 copper key one, wasn't going to make me a lot of money, but was going to give me just enough proficiency to roll over? Then I might do it. I tend to do any of the machining or weaponry ones I find, A, to be nice, but B, because I want the proficiency. But, take us all the way back now. Still doesn't help me with my tax certificate problem. There's my listing. I can't do it. I can't make it. Well, I personally don't think that a crafter is going to come along and spend 300 labor for 8 silver for the same reasons I showed you. But what if it wasn't a tax certificate? What if it was an Aranor weapon and I didn't want to tip a crafter? Well, this is the death of proficiencies, in my opinion. In the cash shop now, you have these request completion certificates. I hate these. This takes the drive to level up your own proficiencies right out of the game. So I don't like wasting credits, but for science and for you guys, I will. I'm gonna buy 5 of these for 100 credits. Pull these down into my box. Now, come back into the crafting request board. Right? Now I don't come to my listing. I can't make it on my listing. I come to the request part. And down here, this autocomplete crafting request, using request completion tickets allows to immediately complete an outstanding crafting request. The amount of tickets required depends on the time remaining on the listed request. So I could come right here, click on autocomplete crafting item. Now, a couple of things I want you to see. It's going to take me 5 tickets to make 5 tech certs. Definitely not worth it. But would it be worth it if I needed to get my Aranor weapon made? Yeah, absolutely. Even better, if I'm not impatient, I bought 5. I could just wait until there's 11 hours left on the craft, and it would take me 1 ticket. So for 100 credits, I could make 5 items that require 180,000 proficiency. Now, am I going to end up paying this additional fee? Absolutely. Is this additional fee going to be significantly higher for an Aranor weapon? Absolutely. Does this mean that I don't have to find anybody that I trust? Absolutely. It takes the multiplayer out of the MMORPG. Now, I would be okay with this system if, Archeage had some other systems like an escrow system where I could open a trade window and put the items in, and the other player never gets my items. They get the craft button. They put in the gold. The only thing I get is the gold, but they never lose possession of their items. Then, yeah, okay. I get why people want to use this crafting board. I get why people want to get other people to make the items. But I really disagree with the auto-completion crafting requests. But this is Archeage 101. I'm just here to present your options. And this is your option. You can come along here now, and without having to grind out to 180,000 proficiency or 230,000 proficiency, you can self-make your own items by using the crafting request portion of the board. And that is it, guys. That is part 2. What I don't want to discourage you is, I don't want to discourage you from leveling your proficiencies, but I do want to let you know that there are some proficiencies now that aren't going to make you as much gold as others. Weaponry is the big one. If you have somebody on your server that can make Aranor weapons, and obviously on Kadem, I can make Aranor weapons, and if you need one made, you can contact me. Yeah, I know I only show 101, but by the time I pop, all of my boost items, and I go to Shoot's house, I get 20, 30, 50,000 right off the bat. I can bump my number up a little bit more if I have to. So that's available. Now I will say, if you're looking for a craft, knowing now what you know, I would recommend alchemy. I would recommend cooking. Definitely good ones for the double procs at the apothecary houses, and I'll be talking about those in a couple of weeks during the housing chapter. And then anything up here in harvesting, still a good craft to make you money because everybody needs raw materials. And then finally, larceny and commerce, those are still good proficiencies. Those will still make you money. Now, I know I'm going to leave you with a cliffhanger question. You're going to say, Jay, just don't tell me which proficiencies can make me money. Tell me how to do it. That is coming, I promise. As soon as I get through all of these videos, Appendix A is going to be the How to Make Gold Appendix. All right, guys, and that is it for today's show. As always, if you need to get in touch with me, here's all your different ways to do so. I would recommend Discord. I'm Jalon #0001. If you want to hang out live, I stream 3 times a week. There's my schedule. And as always, big thank you to my sponsors over at Patreon. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do gift card giveaways. There's a gift card giveaway going on right now. It's in the description below. Or swing by the show. You never know when I'm going to feel froggy and just start giving away gift cards. You guys take care, and I will see you next week for social organizations and the builds portions of the class videos. Take care.
Hey, where are you going? You're not done yet. See these videos? There's videos up here to watch. You gotta go over here. Hit the chibi. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the webpage. And I'll see you guys on Twitch.